This pilot takes a huge frontal on an ENC-2 Liner so close to the ground it almost kills him. He gets so lucky. Today, I'm going to break this video down to help you understand what he did wrong so that you can avoid this. There's one rule I'm teaching you today. Are you ready? Here we go. What's up, everybody? This is Ari in the air. Welcome back to the channel. Stoked you're here. If you're new, welcome. I'm Ari. I teach high-level paragliding. I'm the founder of the Paragliding Men's Group, which is currently full. 20 men from 7 countries, all working on having better relationships, being more of themselves, being better communicators, making more money. We'll open the doors again in the spring. Stay tuned. Let's jump into this video. I'm going to play it for you one time through here, and then we're going to go back and break it down. Okay. So he's on the rears. Full speed, big frontal, horseshoe, leading edge down, another frontal, reinflates, line twisted, untwists, just in time to forget how to flare and crash into the ground. This is a bit painful for me because, as you know, this is like my probably 70th paragliding collapse analysis on this channel. So many of them are ENC-2 liners. Is it because of the wings? Absolutely not. It is because ambitious pilots are stepping from Bs to get extra performance that they have not earned. Okay, I do not know this pilot's skill, but I can tell you a couple of things by breaking this video down, and I will. Ready? So let's look again. So the first time that the camera swings around and we get a good view of this pilot, what do we notice about the configuration in which he's flying? He's on the rear risers. If you zoom in here, you can see he's full speed. Full speed. At what altitude here? Over his landing field. Why is he full speed right here? It doesn't make any sense. But it does cost him a massive frontal that completely horseshoes because he doesn't give it the correct brake input when he needs to, just showing his inexperience. And then still, yeah, now leading edge down, no, oh my God, he was scared for his life, and he should have been. This is like categorically the kind of thing that would kill a pilot. Taking a full speed frontal 200 feet off of the ground, what is the point? This video is just painful for me to review because the entire mistake is the mentality that it's okay for him to be flying in midday cross-country conditions, full speed, 150 feet off of the ground. Why would you do it? He's not in some kind of penetration situation where the wind is blowing so hard that he has to use full speed to not be blown back. Obviously, the thing that's right behind him is totally landable green grass. He's in a totally landable field here, totally landable field here. There's really no reason that he shouldn't be preparing for a safe approach, taking his time to make sure that he has the correct landing. No, he's pushing full speed on a glider that he probably doesn't deserve to fly in the first place, and he takes a massive frontal and it almost kills him. Oh my God. Guys, we got to wake up here. Don't fly on full speed close to the ground. That's basically the lesson, which is so painfully simple. I don't want you to be afraid of the speed bar. I don't think you should be, but also, like, if you're close to the ground and there's nothing left to get from the speed bar, then come off the speed bar. He's not going to fly further. He's not going to fly better. And he's definitely not safer in this configuration. He's opening himself up to enormous risk. Kills me. Like, why? Are you just trying to practice using the speed bar? I don't understand. Speed bar's for gliding. You're not gliding. You're setting up on final. Why are you on full speed? And I don't want to add insult to injury here because surely if you asked this pilot today, should you have been on speed bar here? He'd been like, no, I learned my fucking lesson here. This was like so stupid. I can't believe I did this. But I do want to hammer home the point of like, are you adding extra risk in paragliding, not knowing it for no reason? Because, oh my God, there's so much extra risk here that doesn't give him anything. There's no reason to take all this extra risk. He's young and probably enthusiastic and probably a decent pilot and probably coming up in the sport quickly and probably on a glider that he doesn't quite understand fully yet. He probably had a rush for a while and now he got a BV1 and a photon and he's stoked on it, and it led almost to losing his life right here. Like, the reaction time on the frontal is slow and the depth of the input is not thorough enough, right? Look, his right hand just came off the brakes. The glider's already leading edge over leading edge. This is like full all break situation. But what are you going to do here? You're going to backfly your glider into the ground? No, you're in a position where you're so low to the ground that taking a collapse is absolutely not an option. So full speed bar is not an option because your chance of taking a frontal on full speed is more than when you're on the brakes. I don't want you to be afraid of the speed bar, but that's the reality. You're more likely to take a full frontal when you're at full speed than when you're pulling the brakes down. And I don't even think he's fully off of the speed bar yet. I'm looking at this riser here and seeing slack in the riser next to the pulleys and thinking that he's probably not even come off of the full speed just yet. So the reaction times, how well he handled the collapse, really just not building a big case for this pilot to have been making really conservative decisions in his piloting career and limiting the amount of risk that he's taking at every step. You want to take your risk down as much as you possibly can. Trust me, when you see your friend die or when you get injured, you realize that, oh my God, like I do want to participate in this beautiful sport, but I got to do it as safe as I possibly can. Making conservative glider choices. This is not a conservative glider choice for this pilot. I can just tell. Making conservative conditions choices and making conservative flight decisions. Should I be on full speed over the field I'm about to land in 100 feet off of the ground? No, of course not. So like I said, I don't want to add insult to injury, but I do want you to know that it pains me to see wonderful young men who I'm sure is very loved by many people and very capable and has a lot to give to the world taking excess risk unnecessarily. Does pain me. I hope you can be pained with me. Okay. So I'm teaching you one rule today. Don't fly on the speed bar close to the ground. Don't coal bust on full speed. The brakes keep the angle of attack low so that the glider is very resistant to collapse. When you know that your cross-country flight is over, pull the brakes, get to the ground safely and as soon as you possibly can and live to fly another day. Taking these unnecessary risks at the end of your flight are totally not worth it. And I'm sure this pilot will be the first to tell you that now. Take it from him. Love and lift, everybody. See you on the next episode.